If you're taking the SAT on May 7th, you'll definitely want to watch this video. We'll be covering some tips to get you well prepared for exam day. So there are a few days remaining before the exam. In the last few days before the exam, you'll want to focus more on practice and less on studying. Studying should be done as early as possible, not when we're close to the exam day. Near the exam day, we'll want to focus more on practice. So what you want to do during these days is binge practice tests. Just immerse yourself in a lot of practice tests. If you can, take one every day, take one every other day, but as much as possible, immerse yourself in the practice tests and the questions related to the SAT. So during this last few days, just breathe, eat, drink, and just live SAT questions. Just spend as much time as possible doing SAT related questions. This way, you can really familiarize yourself with the questions you might see on the exam and then get your mind in a state of readiness for any kind of SAT question for exam day. Second tip, make sure you don't study the day before the exam. The day before the exam, you'll want to spend it relaxing, winding down, and just slowing down and getting your mind well rested for exam day. You can do a couple of questions here and there to get your mind sharp, but last day should be primarily focused on just winding down. So the first tip of immersing yourself on practice tests should be done until the Thursday before the SAT. The SAT will be on Saturday, and till the Thursday before the exam, you can immerse yourself on practice tests, and the last day, wind down. Third tip, make sure you get a good night's sleep the whole week before the exam. Sleep is very important. It can affect your score by up to 100 points or more, depending on how sleep deprived you are. And it's been known, research has shown that it improves memory, it improves cognition, it improves creativity, and generally improves our performance on the exam. So make sure you're getting a good night's sleep throughout the week before the exam. Fourth tip, just breathe, relax, and understand it's just an exam. It's not going to be the single deciding factor of how your life goes. It is an important exam, but don't unnecessarily stress yourself on exam day. On exam day, stress is just going to decrease your performance and not increase it. It's pretty much useless. So as much as possible, just understand it's an exam, try to do your best, and also understand that you can always get a second chance, right? Unless you're really close to the deadlines, you can get a second chance. And since you're taking it in May, there's a high likelihood that you can take it again, because the deadlines are going to be in October and November and December. So you'll have time to take it again in August, or maybe again in October, and maybe even in December. So there's a lot of second chance opportunities available. Unlike other exams, you don't have to wait a whole year before taking it again. So just keep this in your mind. Try to perform at your best, but don't unnecessarily stress yourself. Understand it's just an exam, and realize that you can always take it again. So some final few tips. Make sure to get everything ready the night before your exam. On the morning of exam day, you don't want to be focused on getting your stuff, making sure you haven't missed anything. You want to be fully focused on acing the SAT. And here are some of the items you'll need for exam day. You'll need a valid photo ID. You'll need a printed admission ticket. An electronic version is unacceptable. You need a face mask that's necessary to enter the test center. You'll need 2 number 2 pencils and an approved calculator. And in addition to these items, it's also nice to have an eraser and a sharpener. It's also nice to have a non-beeping watch. Your watch cannot be making any sound during the exam. It's also nice to have a snack or a drink that you can snack on or drink during the break. And it's also nice to have a backpack that you can store your items in. Finally, make sure to get there by 7:45 a.m. Test centers close at 8 a.m. and you don't want to miss your exam because you were late. So make sure to get there before 7:45 a.m. So that's the video we have for you. We hope you enjoyed the content. If you know anyone that's going to take the SAT on May 7th, be sure to send them this video so they can get well prepared for their exam. And if you want to see more content like this related to the SAT, college applications, be sure to subscribe. That's it for today. We'll see you in the next video.